All right. So, yeah, hi, all the good people. I like you, and thank you, all those good people that always, yeah, somehow connecting and really connecting too. And somehow, yeah, I like it so much, and thanks. And okay, this part of the share is just like kind of like a sociology meeting style, talk on here, and my talk on here. So okay, my talks. So on this part, like if other people if don't have a people don't have a comma, if we click it's totally okay, you can hear it. Yeah, the other part like not really having the, yeah, anyway, this part you can skip it too, that kind of a talk. Anyways, so in my childhood, uh, my mom was constantly complaining everything about how much even her husband was like, my biological father, he was working really good too. But when we were around 10 years old, when I was around 10 years old, maybe it was a hardest time, so money was tight. And she always talk about it. So it became, made me think more about financial skills. More like financially, I have to be really secure. Like I have to make money and save too, not to waste. Like also like maybe eventually, so that way, I don't know, maybe I wanted to start in like becoming a now or also one time. But she's a good person too in some way, and other way really different. So in a bad way. But maybe she was not informed and educated. She doesn't. It's not really her type taking care of the children. But her oldest daughter, her other oldest child, was died. They died, so that's why she kind of like decided she's gonna taking care of by herself. It's also part of it. It's not everything. It's not every reason, but also part of it. So that why the things changed. Sorry, sometimes I'm like checking the pronunciation or yeah, the things. So that why the talking way a little bit on the internet become different than we, yeah. And anyway, so remembering some of those thoughts and chatting at the same time can be a little bit difficult anyways, and also like a second language in some way. And people as a second language still speak totally fluent. It's a different level than compared to the completely people who never lived in the US. Some are really, yeah, because I talked to so many people inside Japan, inside JP, many like Napoleons, many dark-skinned foreigners inside JP, those like Bangladesh alike people inside JP, and their English is really not understandable if they speak first or anything. It's different than the real Japanese people who lived in the US. They can speak, and who went to school, they can speak. It's a difference. But when I heard some of other groups teasings, it was weird. Alright, so anyway, those are other part of the talks. Oh my gosh, yeah, those are really weird. It should not be. It's really low level if other people are gonna. But those are different stories. But anyway, so my parents, they have really good part too. But some of those, the sad part of the family drama, every time we can share, and those are to some of the good Americans. Yeah, thank you so much. It's a different story. It's totally different story. Some of the good Americans, there when I shared some of the stories, they were really good. They were so educated. Americans inside the U.S., not the Americans who live in Japan, in JP before I met. Some are really good people, but some are really different. And so we kind of know the difference. But some are really good people too. So those people, I like them forever. They're so good. Anyway, mentioning all those good people in just one chat time or just one like a little bit on the internet, a meeting style is it can be really hard. If I'm gonna mention all the good people and good Americans that I met inside the JP tour, it's gonna be endless. Literally, it's gonna be endless to, to share. Yeah, it's not gonna be in one day. So yeah, and also thank you so much, good Americans, and they were so good in Route 66 area. In a cowboy area, many of the Americans that I met, they were really good. Because when I talked about some of my mother's story, because I needed to talk to some of my friends about that in the U.S. It was inside the U.S. It's inside the U.S. and many of them, they were very sophisticated. I can't believe, really good friends, and they knew what to tell, and they were really like trying to help. And I can't believe it. If it didn't exist, if those things didn't happen, I would be probably depressed, and I would probably kill myself or suicide. Totally, yeah. It's like a depression. But many of the good Americans that I met, and also good, and some of the good European people too. They're like white European people. I met a lot too in everywhere, and some of the good black people too in the Roppongi area too. Everybody that I met, they helped me too. Some people I met on the internet, those are great too. But some people I met on the street, just as a friends, talking as a friendly, like a sightseeing. That's what we do all the time, like sightseeing buddies. It was fun too. It was all fun. I liked that. They were really good. Anyway, so this is okay. This part, if you're gonna listen, it's gonna be a little bit sad part. Should I write it? Maybe writing down is better. Yeah, so it's a little bit sad part. But when I was a child, so my financially really tight, our family was. Maybe now, because my mother was always talking about the tuition my parents are, but she doesn't have to tell to her surviving daughters, to me too. She doesn't have to tell her own children she should go to therapy and talk to other adults or other friends, not to the children, because I was like her therapist for like 20 years, like, yeah, 13 years or more than a decade. I was her therapist. I had to listen everything about her, like how much she hates her husband. Her husband lied to her, so she wanted to work, but she couldn't work. It seemed like analyzing it, maybe she wanted money from her husband and from her kids in some way, so that maybe she wanted. So that's why she said all those things to for that. Just wanted to get some of the money, so uh, controlling in that way. So she, because it's her choice, and she was already around that time she was already over 30 years old. She was old already. She was around like 35, 36 years old. She was an old man, an old lady. So she knew that what she chose. She probably enjoyed those sadistic feelings, like bullying the little children, little child. Seemed like, okay, it's not good. Don't do that, because if you do that, the they're gonna grow up and they're gonna tell other people. It happens all the time. And justice is gonna happen sometime around. Seems like it's happened to her too sometimes. Also, but many parts of her, she has a good part too. So if other people don't know really taking care of the children, some people, they don't have to take care. because everybody have different strengths. Everybody have like different good things. So you really don't have to. You really don't have to take care of the children. Sometimes children is happy in that way, like being taken care by other people. There are many different ways, like more professional we have. So that's the kind of the talk we need, because here I kind of noticed if you're going to share some of the story, we should not just some people can just share. That's also okay too. But on here, in my situation, because some of my audience, some of my followers are in some place, yeah. So and there are so many networks in a JP society too. Seems like so yeah. And the terrorists and so even some of the Google technologians. Some of the Asian people on here too. They are good people too. There are so many good people too. So all those good people, we all like you. I like you. Can be good buddies. Yeah. Um, so anyway, so not just sometimes not just sharing. So just like a speech, we can you know to make a good society, saying be careful. So that's why we need a babysitter. Some people can have a like a babysitter assistant. Maybe that would be much happier. Not just trying to do it all by yourself. That would be very much better. People need a community. We need a community. So yes, that's what you should do. And the other things is are in the yeah. So my mother, she okay. So some of the picture is just looking so good, but not exactly because me and my mom doesn't look exactly the same in some way. On the picture, it kind of looks the same or looks more beautiful, but they are no. The children are more beautiful. Some of the other children. So, but on the picture, it doesn't look that way. Right. And those are all some of the different stories. Some of the topic, quick talk challenges. I mean, quick talk, yeah, as always. And some of my tongue there's yeah, you are the treasure all the time. Such a good time here. Ah, what desires under the sea, no, under the sea was such a fun festival. I actually is all the time because I love the festival, but I can see that I can just see all those like meat product or burgers on the picture. On the picture, it's looking good. It looks pretty, but I never try to eat anyway. So don't worry. I'm pretty much in some way. I don't eat meat, not so much in the real life, but in a picture, it's looking pretty. So that's also no offense. It's also great. So that's why we like the ocean. And we like the festivals. No, I like the festivals and connecting the people. Such a good people everywhere, and some people that I met in some street. You all are good people too, and yeah, some of them are friends forever. Some of you are friends forever because I would remember forever too. Well, I would. I mean, some of the memory stays in the universe forever anyway. So in the universe, and yeah, I like them too. And some of the good people that I met through the internet, you are so good too. I like you so much. And thank you everybody being here, even just a little bit. Right, thank you so much.